The airport never truly slept. Even at 2:40 a.m., Terminal C hummed with quiet exhaustion, rolling suitcases, whispered phone calls, tired children clinging to parents who looked just as fragile as they felt. Amelia Rhodes walked through it all like a ghost in heels. People recognized her sometimes. Whispers followed her name. But tonight, no one noticed. And she was grateful. Amelia was the CEO of Rhodes Dynamics, a global tech empire worth billions. She had negotiated hostile takeovers, shut down boardrooms with a single look, and survived scandals that would have destroyed weaker leaders. Yet here she was, drained, hollow, carrying a weight no spreadsheet could measure. She hadn't slept properly in weeks. Maybe months. Her phone vibrated again. Another email. Another crisis. She turned it face down. Not now, she murmured. Airplane row 6, seat B. Daniel Carter stood near gate 47, adjusting the strap of his worn backpack while holding his daughter close. Lily's head rested against his chest, her breathing shallow but steady. She was 6, too young to understand fear, yet old enough to feel it. Daniel checked her pulse instinctively, like he always did. Normal. For now. This flight wasn't a vacation. It was a gamble. A pediatric cardiac surgeon in another city had agreed to review Lily's case, maybe operate. If Daniel could get her there. No insurance. No guarantees. Just hope. Daniel hadn't told Lily the truth. He just said, "We're going on an adventure." She smiled when he said that. That smile kept him alive. Airplane boarding begins. Amelia reached her seat in business class row 6, seat A window. She placed her bag down with precision, muscle memory guiding her movements while her mind screamed for rest. A moment later, someone slid into seat B. She barely glanced. A man. Early 30s. Worn jacket. Tired eyes. A child curled against him. Amelia turned back to the window. She had learned long ago not to look too closely at pain. Milky Way takeoff. The plane roared to life. As it lifted, Lily stirred. "Daddy, are we flying now?" "Yes, Angel," Daniel whispered. "Hold my hand." She did. Amelia felt the tiniest tug in her chest. She ignored it. Sleeping face the accidental moment. 40 minutes into the flight, the cabin lights dimmed. Amelia opened her laptop. Closed it again. Her eyes burned. "Just 5 minutes," she whispered. She leaned back. The hum of the engines wrapped around her like a lullaby. And then, her head tilted. Gently. Naturally. Onto Daniel's shoulder. Flushed face, a single dad's silent decision. Daniel froze. His breath caught. He looked down carefully, afraid to move Lily. Then sideways. The woman beside him slept peacefully, her cheek resting against his shoulder as if it belonged there. Daniel's first instinct was panic. She'll think I did something. She'll move. She'll be angry. But she didn't. She breathed slowly. Evenly. For the first time in years, Daniel felt needed in a way that wasn't about survival. His shoulder began to ache. He ignored it. 5 minutes passed. 10. 20. A flight attendant noticed. She smiled softly. And walked away. Broken heart Daniel's past, unspoken. Daniel's shoulder screamed. But pain was familiar. What wasn't familiar was stillness. He remembered the hospital room 3 years ago. Emma. His wife. Her hand weak in his. "Promise me," she whispered, "you won't let her feel alone." Daniel had promised. He had kept that promise every single day. Even now. Cloud with lightning turbulence. The plane jolted violently. Amelia woke with a sharp inhale. Her head lifted instantly. Her eyes widened. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she blurted. Daniel shook his head quickly. "It's okay." "Really?" She studied his face. No irritation. No judgment. Just kindness. Her gaze dropped to Lily. "Oh," Amelia whispered. "She's beautiful." Daniel smiled faintly. "She's my reason." Anxious face with sweat, a child in trouble. Another jolt. Lily gasped. Her tiny hand flew to her chest. "Daddy!" Daniel's calm cracked. Amelia saw it. "What's wrong?" she asked. Daniel hesitated. Then told the truth. "She has a heart condition." The words hit Amelia like ice. Lily's breathing turned uneven. A flight attendant rushed over. Medical kit. Urgent whispers. Passengers stared. Amelia stood up without thinking. "Take my seat," she said firmly. "It reclines fully." Daniel blinked. "I couldn't." "Please." Her voice allowed no argument. Red Heart, a CEO, becomes human. They moved Lily. Daniel held her hand. Amelia stayed. She didn't leave. She didn't check her phone. She didn't think about who she was. She just held a frightened child's hand and whispered stories about clouds and stars. For the first time in years, Amelia felt something real. Purpose. Airplane landing. The plane landed safely. Relief washed over the cabin. Daniel turned to Amelia, eyes shining. "I don't know who you are," he said, voice breaking, "but today, you saved my daughter." Amelia swallowed hard. "No," she whispered. "You reminded me how to feel." She handed him a card. "Call this number. Any time." Daniel nodded, not knowing what it meant. Yet. When kindness turns into destiny. The airport smelled like coffee and fatigue. Daniel stepped off the plane with Lily sleeping against his chest, her small arms looped around his neck like she was afraid the world might disappear if she let go. Amelia walked a few steps behind them. She didn't know why she hadn't left immediately. She had meetings waiting. Assistants calling. Yet something invisible pulled her forward. Something human. Taxi outside the terminal. Daniel struggled to flag a cab, shifting Lily's weight carefully. Amelia noticed. "Where are you staying?" she asked. Daniel looked surprised. "A cheap motel near the hospital." It was all I could afford. Amelia hesitated only a second. "I'm going that way. Let me help." Daniel wanted to refuse. Pride screamed at him. But Lily coughed softly. And pride lost. Hospital, the hospital reality. The children's cardiac wing was painfully bright. Doctors spoke gently, carefully. The way professionals do when hope is fragile. "The surgery is necessary," the surgeon explained. "But it's complex. And expensive." Daniel already knew. The number written on the paper made his hands shake. He nodded anyway. "I'll find a way." Amelia stood quietly in the corner. For the first time in years, she felt powerless, and she hated that feeling. Broken heart Daniel breaks. That night, Daniel sat alone in the hospital hallway while Lily slept under monitoring wires. He stared at his phone. No money left. No one else to call. His shoulders slumped. Tears came silently, the kind men cry when they've run out of strength. Amelia saw him. She didn't announce herself. She sat beside him. "You don't have to do this alone," she said softly. Daniel laughed bitterly. "I've been doing everything alone since my wife died." That was the first time he said it out loud. Dove Amelia's confession. Amelia inhaled slowly. "I lost someone too," she said. "My younger brother." Daniel looked at her. He was sick. My parents were poor. I promised I'd save him someday. Her voice cracked. I didn't make it in time. Silence stretched between them. Two strangers connected by loss. By guilt. By love. Credit card the decision. The next morning, Daniel was called into the billing office. His heart pounded. Amelia wasn't there. The clerk smiled. Your balance has been paid in full. Daniel froze. What? Every dollar. Surgery, recovery, medication. Daniel's knees nearly gave out. Who? The clerk slid a card across the desk. Amelia Rhodes. CEO. The name exploded in his mind. Flushed face the truth revealed. Daniel found her in the hospital garden. You're that Amelia Rhodes? He asked. She nodded, embarrassed. I didn't want you to know. Daniel's voice shook. Why would you do this for us? Amelia looked at Lily through the glass window. Because someone once needed help, and didn't get it. And because, she added quietly, you didn't move when you could have. Daniel didn't understand. You let me sleep, she said. When I needed it most. Tears streamed down Daniel's face. Hourglass not done surgery day. Hours dragged. Machines beeped. Daniel prayed silently, not for miracles, just mercy. Amelia stayed the entire time. No calls. No meetings. No CEO. Just a woman waiting with a father. Beating heart the result. The surgeon emerged at last. It was difficult, he said. But, she's stable. Daniel collapsed into the chair, sobbing. Amelia covered her mouth, tears spilling freely. Lily had survived. Seedling a new path. Weeks passed. Lily recovered faster than anyone expected. Amelia visited often. Daniel noticed something changing in her. She smiled more. Listened more. One afternoon, Amelia made an offer. A job, she said. At my company. Flexible hours. Full healthcare. Daniel hesitated. This feels like charity. Amelia shook her head. It's opportunity. You earned it. Sparkles healing in small moments. Daniel learned office work. Lily laughed again. Amelia learned something too, how to slow down. How to care. How to be human.